But this is your last session.
Yes.
You've done amazing things. How have you done that?
Just by relaxing and thinking about what the worst case scenario was, and that it really wasn't that bad once I thought about it.
So are you surprised at the progress that you've made?
Yes.
What does your husband think about it?
He likes it, and that things aren't as stressful and snippy at home.
So how are you doing at work?
A lot better.
Are you?
Yes.
Okay, let's look at your daily log and see how you're doing. Okay, so it looks like what you're doing, what we would call normal behavior, and what we want you to continue with. That when you arrive home in the afternoon, of course you make sure the garage door closes and you check all the doors to make sure they're locked, and then you wait till right before you go to bed, and then you check everything again, but you only check it once, right? Okay, so that's really good. You're not getting up during the night, and you don't even check them when you get up in the morning. Okay, that's really good. That's really, really good. So let's see your other homework. Okay, so this is the in vivo exposure. So, and we're up highest on the hierarchy, nighttime with your husband gone. And so when you start, like when you get home, okay, you check all the doors. And at bedtime, when you check all the doors, you do it once, and then you start taking your SUDS level.
Yes.
Your beginning SUDS level is what?
A 10.
10, yeah, and it stays at 10, and then it goes down to 5, and then after 50 minutes, it's down to nothing.
Yes.
Yeah, no anxiety. That's really, really good. Really, really good. Okay, let me see your imaginal exposure. Okay, which, remember, if you see your progress, look on vivo exposure, you were clear up to starting out at an 80 and you get down to a 60, but now you're down, to 10 and 0. Now, looking at when you're imagining the worst case scenario, at the beginning, looks like you're down to a 10, and even at post, you're down to 10, and your high, your peak, is a 50.
Yes.
So that's really, really good. We want to keep doing this, though, because we'd like these to be 0. Okay, and remember, it's like that scary movie. The more you watch it, the less scary it is. So that's what should happen with this also. Okay, so we've looked at your homework and your progress. You've really progressed really well, because remember, when you first came here, you were checking the doors in the morning, you check them in the afternoon, you check them before you went to bed, and then you were getting up every hour during the night and checking the doors, and your anxiety level was like at 80.
Yes.
Okay, so you're doing really well, and I'm sure you can tell how you're feeling. So what do you feel is the most beneficial to you, the most effective homework that you've been having?
I'd say that the real life is
the in
most
vivo
beneficial.
exposure, yeah, and it shows that you're really coming down on your SUDS level, and you can really see what's going on. So now let's talk about, since we're ending our therapy, but you'll still be doing this at home for yourself, normal behavior. What do you think is normal behavior that you want to try to maintain?
I think normal behavior is making sure that when you come home, everything gets locked up, and then just checking right before you go to bed and not being done with it.
Okay, and only checking once and not 3 times every time you check. Okay, so that's what we want. We want you to stay there. Okay, so if you see yourself relapsing, where you start checking doors more often, or you're checking 3 times, your anxiety level is raising, we need to talk about what can you do if that starts to happen. What do you think you could do?
I could call someone.
Who would you call?
My husband, if he was available, or a friend.
To be supportive with you. And then, of course, you're going to continue your homework. But if you see that happening, you probably want to do some of this in vivo exposure, imaginable exposure, to help you get over that and get back to a normal. And of course, if you feel like you need an appointment or something, you can always call me, and we can do that. I will be calling you later this week to check on you.
Okay.
So, like as usual, Friday at 5, even though we're ending therapy, I'll still call you to check on you. Also, I want to make one home visit too, just to see you in your normal routine and how that's going. So we'll plan that, once I talk to you on the phone, we'll plan that for the next week, okay? So I want you to continue this self-exposure. As you see you need it, keep sort of in your mind track of that SUDS level. If you see it start going up, do some of that relapse prevention. Also, if you see, which at this time, I don't think you're going to need supportive therapy, but if you feel like you need supportive therapy, like if we end therapy and you suddenly, your anxiety levels raising, or you start some of these checking behaviors again, call me, because we can do some supportive therapy and do just some weekly sessions, sort of like maintenance for like, 12 weeks, do a weekly session just to make sure that you're good. So, are you happy with all this?
Yes, very much.
Okay, good. Then I'll give you some more forms just in case you want to keep track of that as you practice, and you can keep up with that type of thing just to make sure you stay in this normal behavior.
Okay.
So it was so nice working with you, and I'm so happy you've done so well and that you're able to get your life back to what you want to be normal, and you're feeling better and you're doing better at work and in your relationships. So that's really good.